Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of the Disabled is Able podcast, where we show and prove every week that the disabled is abled. Hey. With my co-host, Eli and Fredy in the building.
What up?
Ready for another amazing show?
I am ready.
So, fellas, let's get to
SpongeBob.
it. Fredy,
You're SpongeBob?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Oh, ready?
Okay, so that's a SpongeBob.
My bad. My fault. Hey,
I'm a little dated.
it's been a minute since
So I like the shirt.
Oh, this is Jaden Smith when I went to his concert.
Nice.
Okay, and
I have New York City on my.
yes,
Yeah.
nice.
And Jaden Smith, he was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was crazy.
he's
Jumping out the
talented.
crowd.
He's very talented. I thought I didn't like the.
Mosh pit.
I didn't like the back in 2010 when he made that song with Justin Bieber.
Bro, that's a classic. What are you talking about?
It is a classic, but I'm thinking, do you really have bars, or like, are you really about this rapping life?
I think he showed
He's
improvement.
like a little,
he does.
he's like a little Kid Cudi to me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And Kid Cudi has his own style and his own flavor.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kanye's coming out with the trilogy of Man on the Moon.
Oh, is
Nice.
he?
Yeah, he announced it this weekend.
Okay.
Nice, okay.
So we got some good music coming.
Yep.
So, Fredy, I heard you have a test. So
Yeah, I have a test in approximately an hour and a half.
okay, so we need to get this
Bang this into that.
show rocking, so Fredy can get to it.
Yep. And
Yeah.
how did you do in your Thursday test?
I showed improvement.
Okay,
Okay.
that's worth a clap.
I showed improvement.
That's all you can
All right.
They were hyping me. They were gassing me up. It was like, no, you're doing well.
do. You're trending in the right
You're trending
direction.
in the right direction. Keep doing what you're
Right.
doing. And I was like, bro, it still doesn't change the fact I didn't get the grade I wanted.
Okay, all right. We don't always
Right.
get the grades we want,
Right.
but we work hard.
Practice makes perfect.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know.
So with that being said,
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
World Series action.
World Series action.
And this is turning out to be a mini classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodgers came out the gate early.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't really pick up until game 4.
Then the action kicked in.
Then the action kicked in.
That dude from Tampa, Randy, I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah.
But is he the one that hit the 9 home runs?
Yeah, the 9 home runs.
Yeah, he's been a monster.
Is he like a rookie or something?
He's a rookie.
Oh, man. He's
So-
breaking all kind of records. He's playing with such confidence
Right.
that he could be the difference in this series if it goes to a game 7, because he doesn't look like he'll be razzled.
Crazy.
Right. So the action, let's pick it up in game 4.
Game 4, it was the 6th inning ish, and it was 6-6, and it was looking good. Dodgers scored the next run, made it 7-6. I'm thinking, okay, the Dodgers might close this out, going into, I believe, the 8th inning. And then, fast forward. Going into the 9th inning, the Rays had the bottom of the 9th.
Yep. And the Dodgers was up 8-7.
Dodgers was
Or
up
7-6.
7-6.
7-6.
7-6. Boom, gets a kind of bloppy hit. What would you call that?
A blooper.
A blooper. And I was like, okay, cool. Somebody's on first base. Let's see what happens.
They had a MLB The Show moment.
Right.
Yes.
And then hit another blooper,
Yep.
which was a big hit. But then I believe his name is Tyler.
He went.
the outfielder?
He blooped Taylor.
He blooped Taylor.
He booted the ball.
Booted the ball, couldn't pick it up. So now the person from first is going all the way home. And then he's throwing it to the pitcher. The pitcher tries to throw it to the catcher. The catcher loses it. And now the person who was
And don't forget the guy who was running tripped.
the runner
He
tripped.
tripped back and then he went back and then it was Randy.
Right.
It was Randy, the one that was running
right.
on from first to third.
Yeah. So
Hit the home plate, and they won 8-7.
and that became a very pivotal game because the Dodgers could have went up 3-1.
Definitely, and this series would have
And
been
I
over.
thought psychologically that the Rays would win the next game.
Yeah.
I said the Dodgers look like they are, they're out of it.
Yeah.
But sure enough, the Dodgers come back.
Yeah.
And then the
Definitely.
Rays got a little desperate. They try to steal home plate. Now, this hasn't happened since the 40s. or the 50. The runner on third. Remember, they had nobody out and the runner on third.
Oh,
First and
right.
He got a little antsy. He tried to steal home plate.
Yeah,
and got thrown out. Kershaw picked him off.
And Kershaw did that, I believe, in the 2017 World Series against the Astros. He did the same thing.
Yeah. Kershaw's been showing up, you know.
Now, if you're gonna steal home plate, you better be super fast and super sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And as a result,
And if anything, try to bump into the catcher.
you can't do that.
You can't do that no more.
That's out.
I
Yeah,
know, right?
there used to be something
Yeah,
where you could
so
hold the
good.
catcher down. Yeah.
That was because remember the Buster Posey play where he got a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Like
See, old school, you could just run them over.
And make sure the ball
make
hits.
sure the ball hit. Yeah, you
Right.
in the video game. You could do that in the video game.
Yeah,
Right.
so they got rid of
So
that.
they got rid
And
of
I
that.
understand you want to make the game a little safer.
Yeah.
So as a result, the Dodgers pull it out. But Game 6 is
It's
tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
We're back in LA.
Right.
And it's going to be a tough series.
If the Dodgers want to win this series, they have to win tonight. If not, I'm picking the Rays in Game 7. I don't.
Yeah.
Same
Same thing. But I wanted to go 7 just to be, you know,
A little bit
fun.
more sports.
Like I want the Rays to win because, like, it's good for their branding.
Yes.
And who knows if they'll be back here next year.
Exactly. Like they don't on a full 180 season. I would only expect Tampa because you got the Yankees,
Right.
you got Boston. Because Boston rebuilding, they only rebuild for like 2 to 3 years,
And then they're back in the mix.
on
And then they're
top.
back in the mix, yeah.
So it's like you got a really, really short window, and then Toronto's on the rise too.
Right.
Yes.
'Cause they got
The only team you don't really have to worry about is the Orioles, the Baltimore.
Yeah,
those
they're
are,
bad.
that's the only team you don't gotta worry
But
about.
believe it or not, in the 80s, the Orioles were very good. It was one of them things, and they just got bad, and they stayed bad, you know?
Right.
Now, but Dodgers haven't won since 1988. That's a long
Right.
time.
That's a long time.
A big city,
Yeah,
you know,
and
in
then
the middle of
money,
Corona.
The money, they spend the most money on
Yes.
players.
Right.
So
Yeah,
they almost like buying a championship.
Absolutely.
Basically.
And like you said before, LeBron just won the championship for LA.
Yeah, that would be big for the city of LA.
Yeah, they're
Right.
saying it's the Kobe effect, the Kobe year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Nice way to look at it.
So Dad, who wins tonight?
I say the Dodgers win tonight, and I'm agree with you. If they don't win tonight, then I think all bets is off. I think that young Tampa team,
Right.
the way they execute their pitching, will get them through it.
Right.
So
I really like that kid, the one that did the 9 home runs.
yes,
Randy? Yeah.
The way he celebrates like Cristiano Ronaldo with the roar.
Right.
the war
And
move. Yeah.
the movement. And so it's kind of exciting. But I got the Rays tonight just to make it interesting.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take.
But I agree. Like if the Dodgers don't win tonight, the Rays are probably gonna win.
Yeah.
And then because doubters start kicking in the
Right.
Dodgers'
Yeah.
mind.
And then they're gonna get desperate because they've been there before.
Right.
They've been to a lot of Game 7s and they don't pull them
And
out.
I truly believe they would have won Game 5, talking about the Rays, if their pitcher just had. Because I believe they had I don't know if he was a rookie pitcher, but he was.
I think that was a bullpen game for them.
Yeah,
Right.
it was.
They
Okay.
went to the
They
bullpen.
lost to the bull. The reason why the Dodgers lost is because in the 6 or 7, they stayed with the pitcher that gave up the tying home run.
Yes. Yes.
And when that happens in baseball, you take them out right away.
You're right.
Right.
So the manager didn't do that. It was a manager game.
Gotcha.
Typically, Game 6 and Game 5 are manager games.
Right.
Okay.
So because he didn't take him out, he gave up the blooper.
Right.
And then they brought in a closer, but the closer had to work a lot to get
To get the job done.
Right.
To get the job done.
And-
So it wasn't.
Sorry, what were you
It
going to say?
wasn't like it wasn't. It didn't go to Dodgers. The momentum was all Tampa because they got nothing to lose here.
Right. So what about the Tampa Bay pitcher for Game 5? Was that a?
No, he pitched pretty good. He just gave up a
pitched
couple of
pretty
solo
good.
home runs.
He just gave up like a few solo home runs, which is expected. Like you can't.
Yeah.
Like with the Dodgers, if you hold them 4 innings with no runs, you're killing it.
Right.
Because that offense is crazy.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
NFL action week 7, guys. We had some really, really good games.
Really good game.
All right, we had the 49ers beat the brakes off of your Patriots.
Well, I don't. Yeah, you
What
know.
is good with your pictures, bro? Give me a one now.
All I know is
Wow, and Jimmy Garofalo came back into to show improve.
into New England for the first time
Yeah,
since the
yeah.
trade. That's first and foremost. So, it's a little bit of a storyline with that one.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying that if Bill really wanted to keep Garoppolo, he would have kept him. Because he's Bill. But then I'm like...
But I think
Brady
didn't allow that.
It was Brady's fault, and then it was more Kraft.
Yeah, because it was
Kraft,
2 against 1.
Yeah, it was 2 against 1, basically, so...
Yes.
Cam Newton is not looking like a good investment for us this season.
He started out okay.
He really did.
And now he seems to have faltered.
Right.
Now, are we blaming that on the weapons around Cam? Because the same thing
partially.
Yeah, the same thing happened with Tom.
Right. That's why Tom wanted to get out of there, too.
The way he made, these interceptions he's making and just, I don't know if his vision's not fast enough to look across
scan the whole field. Yeah.
Because he's making just rookie mistakes. He's playing like a rookie quarterback.
And remember, great quarterbacks have the ability pre-snap to get to the line, know where the one-on-one matchup is going to be, but they also scan very quick. You watch Brady come out, scan. Okay, he's open, let me go.
Right.
Cam seems to be staying a little too long, staring down receivers.
And I think he's looking at one receiver per time.
Right.
Because on a couple possessions, he threw it to Henry, but Henry wasn't even past the first line.
Right.
And it'd be 3rd and 13, and I'm like, yo, we need a first down here. Why are you throwing it to Henry, who's not past the first down line?
Absolutely.
Our defense looks pretty subtle. I just don't think we miss.
Because what a lot of people are saying that I've heard, they're saying that because the Patriots defense is not what it was last year.
Right.
That's true, too.
It's kind of like showing how bad the offense was.
That's true,
right.
too.
Well, it is.
And because we're missing at least 3 bona fide defensive linemen because they opted out.
Exactly.
So this is a
rebuilding
season disguised as false hope.
Right.
You got Cam Newton, you thought maybe, but I think Bill knows.
I know Bill wants
that quarterback.
Bill wants Lawrence.
Lawrence. I called him Goldilocks. I'm always calling him Goldilocks.
I think Bill wants Goldilocks, and I think Bill is going to do whatever's in his power to get him.
The problem is right now the Jets are ahead of us.
Right. No, absolutely. But sometimes when you have other pieces.
True.
And
also,
and it's the Jets, people.
They're going to screw it up.
Also, too, they already have a quarterback in Sam Darnold.
Nah, bro.
He hasn't panned out, but he got to go.
He got to go.
It's been 3 years
already. Because the reason why I'm asking this is because
he be seeing ghosts.
People are telling, experts are saying that Tyler should not try to go to the Jets.
Experts are saying he don't want to go to the Jets.
Right. They're saying he doesn't want to go.
But when you don't get to choose when you're the best player in the draft, you have to go to the worst team in most cases. That's the way it goes.
But
look at Joe Burrow. He's in the worst team, but at least they won 2 games already.
And he's showing
that he can be a quarterback.
That once they get a wide receiver, a linebacker,
exactly, he's gonna
Yeah.
So I'm saying I'm just saying the Patriots are trying to get in that position.
So they need to just start losing. Start the rookie and start the losing.
And they benched Cam in the 4th quarter, too.
Yes. The Steelers beat the Titans. I think I picked that one. Y'all picked the Titans.
Yeah, they held...
it was close, though.
It was close.
Very close.
They held Derrick Henry to 75 yards. I was impressed with that.
But you got to remember, Pittsburgh has always been known for the steel curtain.
Right.
In which they draft linebackers and linemen pretty well.
Yeah, they do. They draft a lot of defensive players.
Yeah.
On top of that, Ben Roethlisberger didn't have a great game.
Well, he's on the back 9 of his career.
But I'm saying, looking at his stat line, he had... I wrote it down. Hold on. Ben threw for 265. I mean, passing yards, he did have a good game, but the 3 interceptions...
He threw 3 interceptions. That's a lot of interceptions.
Yeah.
Right. Usually, if a quarterback throws 3 interceptions, they lose.
Right. But then again, he threw for 268 yards.
True. And 2 touchdowns.
And 2 touchdowns.
Ben will be more effective when the playoffs start.
Right.
He's a playoff-proven quarterback.
And Stephen Gronkowski, my old kicker for the Titans, he missed the
kick.
Missed the tying kick. So.
Yeah. That's always going to hurt you. The Browns...
Right.
Yeah, what was you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, how seriously are we taking the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm not taking them serious yet.
Because they're 6-0? They don't undefeated team.
I think I need to see them get up to about 9-0 or just 9 games. They don't have to be 9-0.
Right.
If they're 8-1 after 9 games.
Who have they played and who are they going to play?
That's the key.
The first competition has been the Titans.
Right. So All of those things factor in.
Titans will be fine. They're 5-1. They're in great position.
They'll be in great position. The Browns come back and beat the Bangles. A game-winning drive for Mayfield.
Right.
And I think that's big.
And Joe Burrow threw for 400 yards.
Oh no, Joe Burrow is throwing crazy, bro. He's throwing bombs.
3 touchdowns and 1 pick. What more can you ask from your quarterback?
No. For a rookie quarterback who's just learning NFL schemes.
This is, I believe, out of his 6 games, this is his 4th game where he throws for 400 yards.
Yeah.
Is that a record?
I think it is. Because for the first 3 games, he broke the record.
Right.
So I believe he's going to break some rookie records.
Absolutely.
That's going to shock some people.
And that's crazy because a lot of people didn't think he was going to, do... do what he did in college.
Right.
Because a lot of times the game in college doesn't translate. But I think it's because he's older.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Spent a little extra time.
He spent a little extra time in college. So I think that helped him a lot. And then also Odell out for the season.
Out for the season with 20 CL. How does that affect? Well,
that's going to affect him majorly because he's just a threat. Even if he's not catching it. Right. Remember, stretching the field.
Right. He draws the defense.
Right. All of that stuff is important. But now his partner may get the shine he needs.
He needs Landry.
Yeah, right. So sometimes Landry was almost taking a back seat. Now Landry can assume his leadership role.
Right.
And I think they can get the job done.
The division is...
Now, this is the thing that I was thinking about. If Baker and everybody else on the team, they keep playing well and they play better, are they going to blame it on
Odell?
The media going to twist this. They're going to be like, Odell is the reason why Baker hasn't been playing so well.
Right.
Or you know what I mean? I feel like that's bound to happen, but it all depends whether or not they can improve.
This might be a way for them to also trade him.
And let's keep this in mind. No, he's been having a lot of injuries. Malcolm told me he thinks his career is just about over. Here's the thing. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. So there's going to be a litany of stories with the Browns. They're going to start strong, and then they'll fall back to the back.
Because what experts were saying, because it's an ACL tear, he might come back to what he used to be, but they were hopeful it wasn't an Achilles, because Achilles are
right.
But because of the ACL, he could be back 90 or 75%.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, this is.
But he has to translate. He has to adapt to the injury.
Game,
Also,
to adapt his game.
Also, too, but remember, a lot of these star football players didn't have training camp or preseason games.
Yeah.
And
they just hopped in.
So the injuries are going to continue to increase.
Odell works out constantly. But I know what you mean, but it's not the same.
It's different from
game.
And side note, guys.
Game day.
Not to cut you off. Side note, this is why these players be trying to get all that guaranteed money.
Right.
Because it's a brutal sport.
Right.
And
so
you
the
need your
franchise
money.
tag don't work anymore.
So let's say you take ACL and you're out or your career's over, at least you've made your money, you know?
I mean, Odell made his money regardless because he has all these endorsements.
Yeah, he's made his money.
That catch has blessed him, but also cursed him.
At the same time. The Buccaneers smoked the Raiders. That was a very good game.
Yeah.
Tom Brady and them
I was surprised.
pulled out a thorough butt whipping on the Raiders. And that was the a repeat of Super Bowl, I forget which one. But remember,
who won that Super Bowl?
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
But what's his name? What's the coach name for the Bucks? For the Raiders.
John Gruden.
John Gruden first coached the Raiders to the Super Bowl. They lost. Then he came back with the Bucks and beat somebody.
Okay, cool.
So
I was watching a piece of that game because I was flipping back between the Patriot game and this game, and Tom still has his arm.
Yes.
Also, too, I think. Even if he doesn't have his arm, he has amazing weapons. Because on one throw, first of all, his offensive line is amazing. The way it opened up and he just found his wide receiver on a difficult catch in a tight pocket. And you still got Gronk is looking better in shape.
Gronk is now coming along.
Gronk is coming along. And they signed Antonio Brown.
Let's clap that up. Now they're even more dangerous.
So does this mean that Antonio's case is over?
I get because he had the 8-game suspension. So I guess after the 8-game suspension, he's in business.
He's coming back
week 9,
possibly week 9.
Right, he should be ready
against
to go.
The Saints.
And that's for the playoff run. That's for the let's start Because I know how Tom Brady thinks.
That's the second game against the Saints then?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the second game. He's coming back that game with the Saints.
Okay.
So Brady is thinking, all right, let's get through the first half.
Right.
Now we got to put this push together so that we be sharp in the playoffs.
But I told you, Dad, that I think that might be a little bit too much firepower because looking at it, you have Gronk, Goodwin, Mike Evans, you have Lynette,
LaFont, yeah.
That you have enough weapons to even.
Even if he's a decoy,
yeah.
Because what they don't have is somebody who can run from A to Z with that kind of speed.
Yeah.
So
I thought Mike Evans might be.
Well, he's more. He gets up and catches.
Yeah, he's more of a
high jump balls
because he's taller.
Right. You got Gronk to do your stuff in the middle, but now you got that blazer where if you need that play made, so
and Goodwin can go deep, but he doesn't like that's not his.
But
name.
he's no
Antonio Brown. Yeah.
So I'm looking at Antonio Brown to add value to this team.
We just hope that Antonio is serious
about playing.
Yeah.
About playing. Because if you don't work here, bro,
it's over.
But I think he got set up in New England.
He did.
Because that case came out of nowhere.
Right.
And she was lying.
It wasn't like it was bad behavior while he was in New England. They brought something else up, and Belichick didn't want any parts of it.
Right.
So, and the last game was the Cardinals. This is the game you watched.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah,
with moms. The Cardinals beat the Seahawks.
I was tight.
I think I picked the Seahawks in this one.
I picked the Cardinals. I picked the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I said it. But the way it happened was, so when I tuned into the game, because I was watching the whole game, but I thought it was over because Russell had just got his third touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked like it was going to be over. I tuned back into the game. They were down by 10, talking about the Cardinals. They made it a 3-point game with 2 minutes left. I said, okay, cool. Seahawks, you got the ball for 2 minutes. I'm assuming y'all gotta just run out the clock.
Yeah.
Boom. They gotta stop with a minute left. Gave the ball back to the Cardinals, and then Kyle Murray started dinking and dunking. Got them in field goal position. Kicked the field goal. Overtime. Now it's 10 minutes. Seahawks get the ball. I said, okay, now it's definitely a wrap.
Right.
Russell Wilson's not giving this ball back. They got a quick stop because he had a sack on one big play. It's very hard to sack Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You had to do it in like 2 seconds.
Right.
Because he ends up running around and finding somebody else.
He'll stiff on me, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
Got the ball back for the Cardinals. Now it's about 5 minutes left. And they got their... Kyle Murray gets him in field goal position. It's a 41-yard kick.
Free throw.
Mind you, the Seahawks end up calling a timeout, which means a free kick. One of those,
you froze the kicker.
The kicker.
As you should.
He makes the kick the first time, but it doesn't count because he called a timeout. Sets it up again. I'm like, okay, this is one that's for the money. It's 41 yards kick. I've seen it all the time.
I always make these.
Went way to the left. I said, oh my God, they missed the kick. Now the Seahawks have another shot.
Right.
So, Seahawks get the ball back with about 5 minutes left still. Russell Wilson's dinking and dunking, getting on the field. They had a huge stack on him, which made it 13-3.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a screen pass, which Fredy would usually use on me in Madden all the time, to DK Metcalf. He goes all the way inside, but called holding, which was a dumb mistake. And I'm thinking, look, Metcalf is really fast.
Did you see the play where he chased the guy?
Oh yeah, off the pick. Yeah, amazing pick.
Amazing.
Right. Early in that game, he chased down somebody off of a pick six and prevented that from happening. Mind you, DCAF is fast. I like the kid.
But holding is one of them.
Yeah, but
you don't mean to do it.
I know you don't mean it, but I'm thinking, dude, just push, hold him until he's fast, and he was already fast, And then on the next play, because of the holding play,
it made it 3rd and 20.
That made it 3rd and 20 or something like that, and then Russell got pressured, threw a real quick, fast pick. Because he was looking for Lockett, and if he had waited a little bit longer, Lockett would have been wide open.
He didn't have that time.
He didn't have that time. Threw a pick. That was his 3rd pick of the game. I've never seen him throw that many picks in a game.
Yeah.
As good as he is.
The desert, baby. The desert.
So you're telling me the Seahawks dropped the ball here?
Basically. Because off of a missed field goal kick, and then on top of the holding, and then on top of that, you had a interception, your 3rd interception.
Yeah.
You had a bad game.
Well, these divisional games are always tough.
Also, I believe Kyle Murray threw for 300. They both threw for 300 yards.
Yeah, so Kyle Murray matched his idol,
And Kyle Murray threw for 3 touchdowns. Also, I like the dynamic duo between Kyle Murray and
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, you better believe it.
That is a wonderful weapon for him.
You better
to get.
believe it.
yeah.
And you still got the veteran
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald there.
When he's gonna retire?
Soon. I think he came back one more year.
Yeah.
Let's go into our Week 8 predictions.
Also, side note: the Ravens signed Des Bryant to the practice
Let's
squad.
clap that up. Des Bryant to get a chance to come back, prove himself.
Off of a torn Achilles.
The Ravens could use
Yeah, they
a
could.
threat if he's anything like
How
him.
does he recuperate? Because this is
Well, right now he's on the practice squad, so he's just practicing with team.
Yeah,
And if he can make it,
he'll get the
he'll
plays.
get to play.
no, but I mean, like any
I gotta see it. I don't know.
A torn Achilles.
It's different for every player.
Yeah.
Torn
true.
Achilles, and he's been out before that too.
Right.
Like he hasn't had like a game in
you're right.
like 2
So
years.
I need to see what that translates to. So let's go into
right.
our Week 8.
Week 8 picks. Your favorite team, the New York Jets versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is a joke. Give me the Chiefs.
And
Le'Veon Bell comes back this game
Oh.
against
Yeah,
the Jets.
oh.
Against, that's going to be
So he's
very
probably
he
interesting.
gonna
better rush for like 500 yards.
That's going to be very interesting. Second game, Falcons-Panthers.
I'll take, let's say the record. The
Outside
Panthers
the
are
Chiefs.
3-4. I'll take the Panthers at home. That's a divisional game
Yeah,
as well.
I'm taking the Panthers too. Freddie, who you got?
I'm taking the Panthers. They've been playing well.
Okay. Cool. Vikings versus Packers. Vikings, because I'm sorry, Packers.
I'm gonna take the Packers at home.
Yeah, Packers.
Did the Packers lose?
No. They beat the Texans, but they lost to the Buccaneers.
Right, so they're
But they-
5-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they beat the Texans this week. Ravens,
So I'm taking the
Steelers.
Packers.
Ravens, Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm gonna take the Ravens in this game. These are divisional games. I think what's the Ravens record?
5-1.
I got the Ravens at home.
Let me take the Steelers because they're on a high right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers.
Okay, y'all both got suckered into that bet.
I'm gonna take the Steelers. Rams, Dolphins. Rams just beat the Bears, which was a big win.
On a big Monday night game.
On a big Monday night game.
But they're going across the country
To Miami.
to a different time zone.
Wait,
into
isn't
Miami
this,
when it's
isn't
very
this,
hot.
Isn't this Tua's first start?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Tua's first
Give me the
start.
Rams. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Give me Tua, bro. I want to see
taking
what
Tua?
Tua's gonna do.
Nah,
Okay.
I can't take no rookie.
Maybe he'll shock us.
I'm taking the Rams. I'll take the Rams.
I'll take Miami.
Colts, Lions, Colts.
Colts and Lions.
Miami
Give me
gonna-
the Colts. Yep, in that one.
Give me the Colts, I guess. I don't really.
Raiders, Browns.
This is a big
Ooh,
test for
this
the
is a
Browns, but I think the Raiders get it done. I think they're just a better
Yeah.
team.
I don't know what it is, but the Raiders, ain't clicking
Yeah.
for me.
Really?
Nah.
So you got the Browns?
I got the Browns. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna side with that with this one. I'm gonna take the Raiders. Because the Browns, they just lost Odell, and I don't know how their offense is gonna flow now.
Yeah.
Their offense was trash before. I don't
Right.
even know.
True,
you know what I mean?
true. Titans, Bengals, Joe Burrow.
I'm going to take the Titans.
I'm still taking Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still, yeah.
But Joe Burrow's, I'm expecting a
impressed.
magical
I'm
performance.
impressed too, bro. As long as he keeps putting up the numbers and he keeps keeping these games close, he's gonna draw interest from different
Yeah,
players.
he'll be the rookie of the year.
Totally. Patriots, Bills.
I'm going to take the Bills.
Yeah, I'm taking.
I would
the
never
Bills,
take the Bills in normal circumstances.
But yeah, in this
bro. It
circumstance,
looks bad.
Yeah.
I gotta go for the Patriots. Hopefully, turn it around.
I mean, I still got time.
I don't think I've ever
Because
been
in
this.
that division, bro, think about it.
But you've been spoiled your whole life.
True, I
I won the
haven't.
division 13 years in a row.
But still, I
Think
haven't
about
been
it.
this
This division
disappointed.
is so bad, they can still win it.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true. Chargers, Broncos.
This is also a divisional game, I believe.
They both had the same record. I don't know who to pick. Who y'all
Give me
got?
the Chargers. I like Herbert. Herbert.
Yeah, give me
Okay,
the Chargers.
yeah,
Herbert,
I like Herbert.
Herbert is a runner-up for the rookie of the year to me.
I like
His
Justin
bombs
Herbert.
last week too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been killing it.
Saints, Bears.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm taking the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
Give me the Saints in this one, in a close game.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
49ers, Seahawks. The Seahawks have to kind of bounce back
yeah,
and win this.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks for this.
Yes, I'll take the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks just because they probably mad that they lost.
And this is the loser bowl.
Loser bowl, Cowboys.
The winner takes first place.
Basically.
Cowboys and Eagles. Give me the Cowboys.
Well,
Oh wait, but hold on. Andy
Andy
Dalton
Dalton's hurt, bro.
Andy Dalton ain't playing.
Give me the Cowboys.
You still taking them?
I'm like you.
All right, Fredy, who you?
I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Okay.
I know we're gonna lose. Let me just take the Cowboys.
I'm gonna take the Eagles. Buccaneers, Giants. I'm taking the Bucks.
Oh yeah,
Monday night
Bucks.
game.
Yeah, Monday
I'm
night
taking
game.
the Bucks.
Take the Bucks in that one.
Taking the
And
Bucks.
that concludes our.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
All right, Fredy. Real Madrid beats Barcelona in the Clásico.
Yes, this weekend the Clásico happened. It wasn't as big because COVID. But Real Madrid won.
What was the
3-1.
score? 3-1.
Okay.
And in soccer terms, that's a little bit of a blowout.
Right. Understand.
Barcelona looks terrible.
Okay.
Their future is nowhere. Messi hasn't scored in El Clásico since like 2 years or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he has not scored.
That's bad.
And that's really bad. Real Madrid, they're second place in the standings right now.
Okay.
And then Barcelona's all the way down because they don't even know what they're doing.
Right.
The good thing is the American player that they signed that I reported a few months ago. He's the first American player to play in El Clásico.
Okay.
Let's clap that up. Making progress.
Yeah. To play and to start. So America, we're like on the rise in soccer. Like,
Right.
Soccer is going to be the next.
But
big
what's
thing
with our
that-
USA team? I mean,
They stink.
No, we kind of suck, bro. But like our young players,
yeah, I get
the ones
it,
that
yeah.
play in Europe, they're getting that European.
Because you got to remember, we just really got into Americans. I like soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Like
We have
other teams have so
Like,
more advanced in the
yeah,
world.
so advanced.
So we're
True.
trying to catch up.
catch up, yeah.
So that happened. So Real Madrid is still, on top when it comes to like against Barcelona. But soccer, they're just losing so much money right now because no one's going to stadium.
Well, I think everybody is
everybody
being
losing
affected.
money. But the future of Real Madrid looks good because they still have young players that they're developing. But then Barcelona, they don't even have, the only young players is the kid from the USA and then like another dude that they have from Spain. And that's it. Like they only have 2 or 3 young players and everybody's just old.
Right.
All right, well, there it is for. Well,
You're
I
listening
don't
to
know
the
what to say.
sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
all right, let's get into some culture. Drake's new album drops January 2021. What's the early word on it? It's gonna be like a hip hop
So far,
mixture of stuff.
It's, to me, according to the trailer dropped, it's a mix of Drake's favorite projects.
Okay.
So he loves So Far Gone because that was like the one that put him on the map. And then if you look at the trailer, you see the little kid looking up at the light, and then in the light there's a bunch of little like leaves or whatever.
Particles
or whatever that is. So that's So Far Gone.
right.
Then he shows Take Care. Take Care was his like classic, the one everybody knows
You're right.
Drake.
That's what made Drake.
That's what made Drake Drake. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's when all the memes started happening. That's when like Drake was on top of the world.
Right.
But then
Nothing Was the Same was his favorite album.
That's what I'm saying. After that, he pops up Nothing Was the Same, which according to Drake in his interview he did with Rap Radar, that's his favorite album because he didn't feel no pressure. He synchronized it the way
he wanted
Drake,
it to, yeah.
the way Drake does his music, he takes the new songs that he makes, he compares them to his old albums, and he tries to see where they stand. So, like for example, he'll take a song that he made, he'll compare it to YOLO, and be like, okay, this sounds like a YOLO. Can it fit? Like if I put this new song here, is it gonna fit and sound and have that vibe of like YOLO? That's why Drake has been always able to like reproduce everything over and over
that's
again.
his formula. Nice.
Because that's his formula. He takes his new stuff, compares it to his old stuff, and tries to see if
he can replicate
it. So I think I'm a little disappointed in the date because typically when Drake waits, it doesn't really go so well.
Got you.
Because he's a perfectionist, and so a lot of times that gets in the way of the actual body of work.
Nice.
Because,
what do you think?
Yeah. So
I think it has the potential to, because all I really needed to look. Ultimately, I didn't like Scorpion. as a project.
Yeah. He didn't like Scorpion.
I thought it was a little too long, and there was only about maybe 5 tracks out of those 22
that he could have condensed that down.
And right, exactly. Now, I think this has the potential to be something. I like the title of it because he basically makes fun of himself because everybody calls him Certified Lover Boy. Me personally, I would have dropped it in February because
I would have dropped it in summer. Like you said, you would have dropped it in summer.
Remember, if he drops it January 20th, 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, it moves into Valentine's Day.
Right.
So it kind of has that.
Also, somebody
has that effect.
Allegedly leaked a track list of the album, so I have it right here.
And this is allegedly. Okay.
And this is not confirmed yet. So one track, Certified Lover Boy. The second track, Lost My Mind, featuring Juice WRLD. The third track, Different Brackets, featuring Offset and Little Baby. Fourth track, Neck Tats and Spa Baths. 5, Randomly. 4, Perfect Timing, featuring... 6, Perfect Timing, featuring Young Thug. 7, I'm a Problem. And 9, Twerk, featuring Bam Keem and Kendrick Lamar. Now, that 8th track, I don't know how true that is because I don't know his situation with Kendrick Lamar.
There's a leak song that I've heard. It's called, you could YouTube this, it's called Lot of 42, which is like, he's like, I've never heard a Drake song this good in so long. So it's basically like a song where like he's singing,
right?
And then he's singing about the Drake.
But speaking on the 8th track, I hope it is true because I would like to hear him with Kendrick Lamar. It's been a long minute.
This Friday,
Busta Rhymes
is dropping his album. He's featuring Kendrick.
Is Kendrick also dropping an album? I'm hearing
that's what the rumblings are.
Yeah, and J. Cole.
Because they saw him record a video, like he's been recording something, like a video.
Okay.
And so people are speculating, and he did an interview.
Okay.
Where he
So we're in the midst of some
good music. We're in the midst of some music.
The top big 3 MCs of our
generation about to drop.
J. Cole, Kendrick, and
but Cole has been really quiet.
And for my generation, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes.
Some sad news. Jamie Foxx's sister, DeOndra Dixon, at age 36, passed away. She had Down syndrome,
right?
So she was disabled and abled as we are,
right,
to show her best. And he showed her a lot of love.
Put her on the red
carpet. So we want to kind of send out
condolences. Doesn't he also
do
that Shazam show with her?
I think he does some other things with his sister. He really showed her that she could be disabled and able,
right,
to really live her best life. So our condolences go out to Jamie Foxx and his family.
And I appreciate it.
Absolutely. The American Music Awards, early rumblings is that Weeknd has got 8 nominations. I like that.
Right. After album of the year.
I disagree.
Roddy Ricch has got 8 nominations.
Yeah.
I called him Bobby Rich earlier, but it was Roddy Ricch.
Bobby Rich.
Meg Thee Stallion
got 5, I think.
5?
Damn. The claps just keep coming.
They just keep coming, baby.
So,
and there was a bunch of other people in there, so
I'm excited about that. Like I said, off air, I was saying earlier that I felt that Khalid robbed the weekend of the Billboard Awards, because I felt that After Hours was based off of 2020, even though Khalid did drop his album in 2019, but I believe it probably did. And
sometimes the way they they market it and it bleeds over.
Right. Yeah. And also, congratulations to Post Malone for 9 awards in the Billboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He won 9 of them. Now, 3 of those categories I have a little bit of an issue with because they were in hip hop genres, and I'm like, you're not a hip hop.
Because now, like, the genres are so confusing now because a lot of people just mix and
right.
Like Post, for example.
Yeah,
Post,
they're all over the place.
He began hip hop awards. I'm like, bro, you're not a hip hop. Like, would you consider him a hip?
No. I want to see like how they classify.
He's hip hop.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right. He's basically hip hop.
Like so, yeah. So, and this week also there was the Latin billboards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Romeo Santos bodied everything.
Romeo Santos bodied
everything. Bad Bunny.
He didn't
bodied everything.
Oh, he bodied.
Yeah. He bodied everything.
Babs, he don't play.
he brought back a female legend, Evie Queen.
Okay.
She was one of the first ones to like be a female doing reggaeton.
Reggaeton,
And back in your time, that was like, we're not doing that.
Oh.
But he brought her back. He did a remix with her on one of his songs. And supposedly he's dropping an album in November because his last album, he said that he was. And he posed a teaser because he bought a new car. And then in the car, he played some new music. So, I don't know. We'll see where that goes.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
All right, so we have a disabled is abled story in reference to ultrasound treatment.
Yep.
Yes.
For tibia open fractures. Is that what you're studying right now?
Not necessarily, but I've seen it a lot.
Okay.
So this week, well, it was actually a few weeks ago I read it. It was a study done where they took the ultrasound. So it's not the one that you go and you like go in the machine.
Okay.
No, it's not that one. This ultrasound is like, it produces sonic waves to the area of the muscle. So like they shoot some gel on your skin and then they use this little gun that has aluminum on it and then they rub it on the skin. And while they're rubbing it, sonic waves is hitting the area to reduce inflammation.
That's new age, yeah.
Yeah, it reduces inflammation. And this study was important back in 2007 or 8 because it was the first time they had done it in patients with open tibia fractures, which means that the wound is still not completely healed. And so they wanted to see whether or not it would reduce the gap of the tibia, of the healing. And then they also found that it increases bone minerals, which helps the area, the tissues in the area, it helps it grow.
Right.
And like it helps the muscle grow and like
a little bit faster.
Regenerate. Yeah, it helps to regenerate. So they took patients. They gave them a placebo, which is like it's something that like remediates the effect of it,
fake.
but it's fake. So they took a machine and they acted like it was the ultrasound, but there was no waves coming through.
Gotcha.
Because when you're actually getting treatment, you don't feel anything. You just know it's working. So it was the first time they did it on open because they saw they were successful with closed fractures, which means that it's kind of already healed. This is just reducing the inflammation.
And reduction of inflammation is critical.
It is.
It helps the healing.
It helps the healing. It draws blood to that area because the area, it tells your brain that you need more blood, so it rushes it to that area, which reduces the inflammation, and then you get healed.
Right.
So so ultrasound.
And I think that's going to be the future.
Also, yeah, it is. Like more and more therapists are using it, and then they also did it with therapy. So they were getting actually therapy. So they would do like lunges, like small, steady exercise while they got the treatment. Which also helped it grow a little bit.
Right.
So the thing is, what they found between the two groups is that one of them, like if you let it heal by itself, grow quicker.
Right.
And then it's not to say that if you don't get it, you're not getting bone marrow. It's just there's not really a significance. It just means that it happened.
Right.
Because when they classified it, they just said it was significant, which means there could be other factors that are involved,
Right.
but they don't know. So
they
if
still
they don't
study.
know, they just say that it's significant, which means that something positive occurred. When they say it's not significant, it just means that there were a lot of factors that they couldn't account for, so that means it just didn't work.
Okay.
All right.
So when you read
report.
these reports, they're a little confusing because it's like a different language, but the more you expose yourself to them, you kind of figure out what is what.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, let's clutch that up for that.
So when there are people out there, if you need ultrasound, you get it. It's not that.
Yeah. I also heard
not
that they're testing out ultrasounds to detect COVID-19 as well.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
That's advanced.
because Apparently, COVID is not going away anytime soon.
Right. So.
Because they need a specific strain to attack the receptor to stop it from growing.
Right. Okay, fellas, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Disabled is Abled Podcast. Disabled _is abled on my Instagram, but and like, comment, subscribe, hit the the bell symbol.
The bell. Notification bell. I don't know why they say the notification. It's just a bell.
It's just a bell. I know what bell we're talking about.
Hit the bell.
Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands